Good morning from Choke Prairie Farm. I'm Marcia, and I'm going to do a little bit of canning today. When I was at the homestead, the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous here in McAlester, Oklahoma, I did a presentation over canning 101 and the basics. But I had a lot of people asking, if I could make a video demonstrating some of my canning, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to can some brown pinto beans with ham. And I know that everyone says that you cannot can ham. No, you cannot just put it in a jar and add liquid and can it. You might be able to, but according to the Ball Canning book, you're not supposed to. But I'm using a smoked ham from, I don't know, I guess a Thanksgiving or a Christmas last year or the year before last. And I just put it in the freezer, and when I get ready to use it, I just take it out, and I've already got it cut up. Save some time so you don't have to see me doing all the prep work. I go ahead and do it before I make my videos. And I'm using my pint jars. Sometimes I use quart. Don't have a quart jar near me, but these are my pint jars. I used to do it in quarts, but it's gotten where we don't eat it all, and it goes in the refrigerator, and if it's not eaten in a couple days, I end up having to give it to the puppy dogs outside. So we switched to pint jars. And if I need more beans that day, I'll open up two of the jars. Until then, one has been plenty. We don't waste it. It's eaten pretty quick. I've already went through my beans. This is how I store them. This is just a half-gallon mason jar. I don't can in them, although you can juices in them. You can't can meat or anything like that. Tomato sauce, you can't do anything like that. I use them for storage, and these are vacuum sealed, so it keeps the critters out of them. And I just buy in bulk, and then I put them in these half-gallon jars, and I vacuum seal them, and they will last for years because there's no air in there, so no bugs can get into them. Now I've already separated my beans, and I've got them in two different pots, but then I'll show you what that looks like. It's just a half a cup of beans. Let me get this out of the sink here. I put them in a colander, and it's just a half a cup of beans, and I'll figure out how many jars I'm going to do. Like today, I'm doing 8 or 9. My canner, I think, holds 9. I usually don't ever use that many. So usually I do like 8 jars, but I make enough for 9 just in case I don't have enough in there. And I usually do a half a cup per pint jar, a whole cup. Now this is dry, these aren't cooked yet. A whole cup of beans per quart. Put that back down there in the sink. And what I do is I use 2 different pans, because trust me, these beans are going to swell, and I'm going to use what they call a quick soak method, which is where you put the water in your beans in the water, and then you bring it up to a boil then you let it boil for a couple minutes, then you turn the heat off, and you let it set for an hour. But we'll go through that here in just a second. Right now, I've already got 1 pan of beans, got the, not turned on yet, but they're going, and I'm fixing to fill up the second pan. What I do is I do 4 half cups in 1 pan and 5 half cups in the second pan. You can't do it all in 1 pan because these beans will swell, and then you'll have a mess, and you want more liquid than you want more beans. So let me get that other pan filling up with water and on the stove, and then we'll turn them on. Okay, now I've got both of my pans going, and I'm going to wait for them to come to a boil, and then like I said, you're going to just let it boil for 2 minutes, and then you're going to turn it off, and then you're going to let it sit for an hour. So until then, we'll be back.